In the serene town of Burilla Marsh, a devastating fire and a chilling crime disrupt the peace. Early one Sunday morning, the air was pierced by sirens as firefighters rushed to combat flames engulfing a local workshop. Inside, tragedy struck. David Twigg, a 46-year-old craftsman, was found lifeless, locked within a cupboard. His partner, 43-year-old Julie Dixon, survived, but the town was enveloped in disbelief and sorrow. As the smoke cleared, the true horror of what happened inside that workshop began to emerge. Julie Dixon's tearful account of masked intruders struck a chord, but not all chords rang true. In the aftermath of the fire that consumed David Twigg's workshop, Julie painted a grim picture, a robbery gone wrong, culminating in a tragic suicide pact. According to her, intruders had forced David to end his life, leaving her to escape and raise the alarm. As the smoke cleared, however, the police began to piece together a different story. Interviews with Julie revealed cracks in her narrative. Her accounts of the events fluctuated with each telling, casting a shadow of doubt over her version of the truth. The intrigue deepened as investigators sifted through the evidence, each item contradicting Julie's claims more than the last. Simultaneously, a look into the couple's finances painted a stark picture of mounting debts and financial desperation. It emerged that their business was on the brink of collapse, a fact that Julie had desperately tried to shield from public view. As suspicions grew, the authorities uncovered that the supposed robbery bore no witness marks, and the so-called suicide pact lacked any corroborative testimony or forensic backing. Julie's story, once a tapestry of shared tragedy, began to unravel into a solitary web of deceit. With each passing day, the veil over Julie's story thinned, revealing a web of deceit. In the courtroom, a battle for the truth waged, stripping away layers of deceit. Here, under the scrutinizing eyes of the law, the fate of Julie Dixon was to be sealed. As the trial unfolded, a cascade of forensic evidence and surveillance footage systematically dismantled Julie's earlier narratives. One of the pivotal moments came when experts testified about the lack of soot or smoke in David Twigg's lungs. This critical detail starkly contradicted the supposed scenario of David being alive when the fire started. Furthermore, surveillance footage outside the workshop did not show any signs of the alleged intruders Julie had described in her panic-stricken call to emergency services. The courtroom grew tense as cross-examinations revealed more inconsistencies. Financial records were brought to light, showing that Julie had been siphoning funds from their joint business without David's knowledge. Her motive, cloaked in desperation and deceit, became painfully clear to everyone present. As each piece of evidence was presented, the collective disbelief of the community and the jury grew. It wasn't just about the falsehoods, it was the betrayal of a partner, the premeditated planning of a murder disguised as a tragic accident. The crescendo of the trial reached its peak when the prosecutor presented a previously unseen email from Julie to a mysterious recipient, discussing her plans to start anew, without David. The courtroom was enveloped in a heavy silence. As the gavel fell, so did the final mask Julie Dixon wore, revealing the architect of a grim tragedy. The quiet streets of Burilla Marsh now whisper tales of betrayal and loss. In a town once marked by camaraderie and trust, the shadows of David Twigg's untimely demise loom large, casting a pall over the quaint cobblestone paths and ivy-draped homes. The community, bound by years of shared histories, now grapples with a piercing sense of vulnerability. This case unravels more than just the sinister strands of a crime. It delves into the complexities of human relationships. It serves as a stark reminder of how the bonds of trust, once broken, can shatter the very foundation of our lives. In Burilla Marsh, neighbors now regard each other with caution, their interactions tinged with the anxiety of uncertainty. Moreover, the tragedy of David Twigg underscores a profound lesson: the importance of transparency in all relationships. It highlights how secrets and lies can corrode, leading to consequences as irreversible as they are severe. David Twigg's tragic end is a somber lesson on the fragility of trust and the devastating impact of betrayal. In Burilla Marsh, the echoes of this tragedy linger, serving as a painful reminder. The story of David Twigg and Julie Dixon unfolds a harrowing tale of betrayal and deception, shadowed by financial desperation. It highlights the critical role of the community and relentless law enforcement efforts in peeling back layers of lies to reveal the truth. As we reflect on this case, it underscores the profound impacts of trust shattered by greed. This is Crime Stories Now, shedding light on the shadows of human actions. Join us next time for another deep dive into the complexities of crime and justice.